Radio check. Loud and clear.
Hey guys, we're back after, I wouldn't call it a hiatus because we knew we were coming back, but it's just been a lot. We took summer break seriously, just like the drivers did. So
we said more content coming over summer break, and we just took a break ourselves. So but now we're back. So you're welcome.
Yeah. So, I feel like there's so much for us to talk about that we're definitely going to miss something. So I would like to preface that we are going to miss something in our kind of a little summer, because I don't even think, now that I think about it, you were gone when after the Belgian, like when we typically record, record our recaps, like our race recaps on Sunday nights. So Avani was already gone. So we couldn't even recap. The last one was Spa. We haven't even recapped Spa. And that is like, I did like try to like recap Spa a little bit by myself. Because that was when I would like try to do my solo, and it didn't. Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't it. I felt like I was talking into the void, and people wouldn't appreciate it. So we can take a quick second, just refresh everybody where we left off before we hit summer break, before all the silliness started happening as it does. I think the biggest thing about Spa was, if you haven't heard it yet, you've either just become interested in F1 or even living under a rock, is that George was stripped of his win. Because his car was underweight.
And it was so funny. I was sitting in the airport and I'm waiting in the terminal, just like, on my phone, and I see the little like F1 notification drop down, and I was like, there's no way. And like my best friend's also into F1 also, so she's sitting next to me. I was like, there's no way. And she's like, what? And I was like, George got disqualified because his car was underweight. And so it was all down to strategy, really, what caused his car to be underweight, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, Lewis gets his second win of the season, so it makes him and Max the only two drivers to ever have more than one win this season. So interesting. We're getting a bit of 2021 back.
I think too. So for like those of you, the reason why the car would be underweight, this is typically not. They say that his car was underweight this time because he didn't do, like, they normally do a cool down lap, and that picks up like rubber from like the track and stuff. Because their tires aren't like, the tire temperature differs, so they're a little more sticky, whatever else. And so, but they didn't do that in Spa because the track is so long, but also because of like the potential of like weather and stuff. And so they say that like that could have been the deciding difference in that. I kind of like think, sure, but then also, I don't know. I think they were just like looking for a way out or some kind of explanation. I really don't know. I don't think that George lost that much weight in the car.
No, it was very tiny, but it was just under that margin, so they had to do it. But it was very small. But I think what I heard was like everyone for that race ran a 2-stop strategy. They stopped twice. George only stopped once, so it like decked his tires like twice as much as it would have if he had stopped the second time and got a new set on. So
that makes sense.
Comes down to like all the marbles. It was just the marbles that he dropped after the tires were degrading. So I mean, it kind of goes to show you like how like just like a few marbles off a tire can like fully affect the weight, and why weight is so important with F1. And it's very precise when it comes to that, which is really kind of annoying for them. But I mean, I guess it has to be done for safety reasons also. But
that was the Belgian Grand Prix. That meant that it was Lewis moved into second, or Lewis moved into first. He was second. Oscar was third, so he moved into second, and then
Charles was fourth. Yeah, it was Charles who came up.
He moved into third. I couldn't. That was so long ago.
Ferrari podium. Let's go. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's the first one in a while.
We're so back.
Yeah. On the record, guys, Ivani won't admit it to you, but she's like turning into a McLaren fan just because I think she's the last open Ferrari.
Well, okay. Like, I think
I've got receipts. I can prove it.
Okay, listen, Ferrari, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I lost confidence and I have trust issues, okay? I need you to build that trust back with me so I know that I can support you. Like, in my heart, I will always tell people that, oh, I'm a Ferrari fan. But McLaren's been kind of doing it for me recently, so I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. I mean, it's more dramatic with them also. Not in the sense of, oh, Charles and Carlos are fighting, but it's like the whole Lando Oscar win situation that I was like, okay, I'm invested. So yeah, sorry, Ferrari. Well, I'll work on it. I'll be back eventually.
Yeah. So yeah, that brings us into summer break. That was pretty much, I mean, that was it. There was no rain in Spa, which was really, really surprising. So we get into summer break, and that's when Ava goes on vacation. So how was your vacation?
It was good. We went up to Virginia to visit my best friend, and yeah, that was fun. I was in the middle of I think an airy, and I get the notification that Carlos has moved to Williams, and I kind of froze in one spot because we were shopping for 3 hours that day, and I see it and I froze, and I was like, there's no way this is happening right now in this moment.
Then you walk into a Hollister and just rip every single Williams shirt
Literally
down.
Every Williams shirt off the closet. Yep. But no, that was the one day I decided to leave my phone on Do Not Disturb. I never leave my phone on Do Not Disturb, but that was the one day I decided to do it. And I was like, okay, you know what? It's been 3 hours since I checked my phone. Swipe up. Breaking news. And I was like, oh my God.
I remember I did hit the Ivani has notifications on Do Not Disturb or silent or whatever. Do you want to notify anyway?
Anyways.
So quick.
And then 15 minutes later, Cass texts me again and she's like, guess what? Checo's staying at Red Bull for the rest of the year. And I was like, I missed it again. How does this happen more than once?
Yeah, that was the next day or something. Yeah. That's probably the biggest thing that happened over summer break is that Carlos is going to Williams. Yeah. So I like Carlos. Am I a super diehard fan? If somebody were asked who are you a fan of? Would I say it's Carlos Sainz? No, that's just personal preference.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just
that's valid.
That's not where I naturally gravitated to. Logan, on the other hand, I did naturally gravitate to him because he's American and Eagles and fireworks and freedom.
Exactly.
But so I got sad because Logan has not had he hasn't had to see anything kind of going on. It's not likely that he will. So we're gonna hope for that IndyCar seat, and that Prema does what Prema needs to do to give him a good IndyCar seat. Not whatever they're
a diehard Prema fan. If they don't pick up Logan for this Indy seat, I will have to fly to Italy myself and start throwing hands.
Prema IndyCar content back. I hope they can take one of their Prema kids right now. You know, would it be Arthur Leclerc is doing so great in WEC, but just for
y'all have a WEC team.
just just like let them switch around a little bit. Just
Yeah,
play
yeah, they've
musical,
got a pool of people. Yeah.
musical Prima chairs. Just because I miss like the Prima content with like Logan and Oscar and Arthur.
Yes.
They all did Prima content together, if you didn't know.
Mhm.
So those are some of the
Oh,
funniest.
and Robert Schwartzman. Yeah, Robert
Yeah.
Schwartzman was in that little group,
Mhm.
and now he's coming
Yeah.
back. He's coming
Yes,
back.
he is. He's doing FP1 in Valtteri's place at
Mhm.
what is this? Oh, at Zandvoort. At Zandvoort. So fun. I think is Stoffel doing free practice too?
Let me check on that. I feel like I heard something about that, but
If not here, then
know.
if not Zandvoort, then Monza.
Monza's out. I know Kimmy's doing Monza. He's
Yeah,
taking
Kimmy's doing
Lewis's
Monza
car
for
in Monza.
Mercedes. Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see stuff.
I feel like Stoffel Van Dorn. He's doing free practice something. He's the Aston Martin reserve. But he was also, I think he was P2. I think he finished his championship year in F2. I think he finished second. And then he won his F3 year, I think, if I remember right. So, yeah.
I'm not seeing anything. What's Stoffel doing?
I could just be like making that up out of my head. Oh, maybe that he's going to FE, which he wasn't already in, I don't think. So that might be. Oh, he was?
He did FE, yeah. At least this year, yeah.
Something somewhere. Somehow.
Something, yeah.
I don't know.
FE is actually having a very big silly season right now. Like every team has dropped both their drivers, and I'm like, oh my god! Like, I think the only seats that are like still confirmed are the Jaguar seats, and I'm like, thank God, because that's my team right now. Every team is dropping their drivers.
Yeah. FE I've got to get more into. I watched a couple of races, but the races and when they come to the States are a lot cheaper. So we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah. Carlos is definitely the biggest, of all the things that happened over summer break, Carlos is definitely the biggest thing.
For sure.
If I think it did happen over summer break, but Liberty Media is now they're in a lawsuit or something being investigated, something along those lines by the Department of Justice for excluding Andretti for coming onto the grid. So yeah, typical fashion. Silliness going on right there. What the heck?
Lots of silliness.
My phone just had an aneurysm. I don't know what.
What?
It just I just get 5 million notifications. Anyways.
Oh my god. It's glitching. Taylor Swift Reputation. Taylor's version is coming out tonight. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Easter egg.
That's what I did. Yeah, that's what I did over my summer break. I went to London. Unfortunately, it did happen during summer break. So the F1 was few and far between, which made me sad. I saw a little kid in a Max Verstappen hat, but he was by himself, but also kind of with his parents at the same time. So I didn't want to be weird and be hey, I love your hat. That's so cute. Whatever. And then there were no F1 Swifties that I saw at the show, which sucked because I went to see Taylor. I went to see Taylor Swift while I was there for my best friend's birthday. But so I did wear in the airport. I wore my Lando Norris jersey, his home jersey that I have or whatever, and then. Yeah, I wore a McLaren shirt. I wore a couple of McLaren shirts a couple of days I was there.
I did the same thing in DC.
I wore a Williams sweatshirt one of the days, one of the chillier days because it was chilly in the morning. Then it got really hot. That's saying something considering I'm from Texas. Although yesterday when I was in Target and having to run errands for work, some guy walks into Target wearing a Williams shirt. I was that was crazy.
Interesting.
I couldn't say anything though because he was on the phone. I don't want to be rude. Yeah, I mean that's a rundown of mine.
There was this guy in the library once with He had a McLaren
Yeah.
t-shirt on, and I was like, what do I say? Like, do I go up to him and I say something? And my friends were like, go ask him for his number. And I was like, I can't even see his face. Like, I don't know who this is. All I can see is the McLaren cars on the back.
It's not the smartest thing to do. No.
Yeah. No.
So yeah. Yeah, that was this past week. So I got back on Saturday. Yeah, so Ivani's was the first part of summer break. Mine was the second part of summer break. Or like the third week of summer break. And then, yeah, in the middle, not a lot happening. We still don't know about a Red Bull seat. We obviously know that Checo is staying to the end of the year, but it still continues to say that maybe he's not.
Yeah, because you got Helmut Marko out here being like, oh, yeah, Liam's in contention.
Aaron,
also,
everything.
like, yeah, he's for real airing out everyone's laundry. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're having multiple meetings about Checo's seat. Like, damn.
You're really not. I really think you're just like early on dementia or something.
Red Bull, this is a personal, formal apology.
It's fine. It's fine.
You know what? We'll ask the Magic 8 Ball. I have a Magic 8 Ball. Will Checo keep his seat next year?
No.
Yes. It says yes.
All right.
Damn.
Then.
Okay. Well.
But yeah,
write that down.
I don't know if Liam Lawson is getting a seat. Don't know if Danny Rick is keeping his seat. In the same in that sense, don't know if Valtteri's keeping his seat. Over like summer break, he was like working on like a secret something, and he posted a picture with a car and his number on it. And then people were like, "Where are you going?" And so he might be going to Audi. He might not be going.
The car wasn't Audi. Yeah.
Yeah. Gabriel Bortoleto might be going to Audi. Out of nowhere.
In there.
He's not even.
It's weird. Because, like.
He's high in the championship, but, like.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he's been doing it for a while. But, like, it's also weird because he's, like, a McLaren driver. So I'm like, how are they.
Yeah.
Like, what is the connection that they're pulling him through on this? Like, how did they land on him out of nowhere? But, yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. How Robert Schwartzman, he's a Ferrari Academy driver, even at the moment. But they're pulling him for Sabre.
For steak, yeah,
for kicks, kick, steak, Sabre, whatever it is. I know they have to go by one. They have to go by one name. They can't go by the other in the countries that prohibit gambling or whatever that is.
Wait, is that for real? That's so funny.
Right. So I'm pretty Stake is like a betting company. It's like sports betting or whatever. It's the one that's owned by Drake.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's why when they were in Canada, that's why they posted all like the Drake related stuff. And that was at the same time that the Kendrick Lamar stuff was happening. It was just so messy. But it's because Drake, he owns share in Stake, which then invests in the Formula One team. But in like the countries where it's like prohibited or there's like some limitation, then they go like by kick.
Oh yeah,
so that's why
Ferrari does the same thing. Yeah,
Kick, Sabre, Stake, F1 team, whatever it is.
Yeah, Ferrari has like an Estrella sponsorship, and they have to cover up the name when they're in like the Middle East, because Saudi they had to cover up all the Estrella stickers. Yeah. So yeah. And so that's happening. Those links there. Did we already talk about Binotto coming back? I feel like that was one of the episodes. I think we mentioned it briefly like last time.
Yeah, maybe. So Binotto's coming back this time. So he was just like, I think previously it was just that he was like a part of the team now for Audi, but like now he's like in charge. And so we'll see how that goes. He doesn't have a Charles Leclerc to like yell at.
Now what I heard about Binotto was, so I don't know where I read this. This could be completely just like made up, but someone said that Latifi's coming back for the Audi seat. And it's because Binotto saw his potential or whatever. So I'm like,
no, it's because
Mazepin coming back. Exactly. We got Latifi coming back. Mazepin's coming back because of the Alpine connection there. Like, what? Hello.
Yeah.
And yet Paul Aaron doesn't have a seat. Explain that.
He's got one with Apex GP, but
Right, that's right. He does have one with Apex.
yeah. Yeah. I don't like Mazepin doesn't need to come back.
Mm-mm.
Latifi, you know,
I mean,
Latifi assisted in a world championship, so maybe I'm gonna make so many people
I was
mad.
so confused. I was so confused when I saw that the first time, and I was like, "What do you mean he assisted a world championship?" I was like, "It was his safety car that caused that. It was him." But no, I was watching like the 22 highlights, and I was just like, I was dying on the inside at like his spin-offs because I'm like, it looks like he just like, I don't even know like how to describe his spin-offs. Like he like spun off in like the hairpin in Monaco, and it was raining first of all, but he like planed at such an angle to where it looked like he purposefully drove into the wall, and I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, what is this?
Yeah. So yeah, Nicholas Latifi, money talks, you know. Somebody with a lot of money.
Back, baby, let's go.
Somebody with a lot of money has a seat right now. That's beside the point.
Sorry, Faith. I didn't hear that. Faith, I didn't hear that.
So yeah, Kyle Larson. For anybody in the NASCAR space, Kyle Larson said that he could like go toe to toe with Max Verstappen, and you know, having discussions, I think that it's like very possible. Kyle Larson, like now that I think about it, has done a lot. He's won like the 24 hours of Daytona. He's done endurance. He's done the Indy 500. Granted, his time in the Indy 500 was just this year, and it was like mediocre. Yeah, he's done like rally cars. He's done like dirt tracks. He's done like road courses and ovals in NASCAR. So like open wheel, I think Max wins, but like the rest of it, I think it's like really, really nice. I think Max would win like sim racing, duh. But I think so. Kyle Larson. At first, I was like, I want whatever Kyle Larson is on, and then I was like, actually, Kyle Larson is just on confidence because he actually has a point.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think if we put Kyle Larson in like an F1 seat now, like he could drive the car at best. Like, is he going to win a race? Probably not. But like, I mean, he does have at least experience in other fields to where he could possibly do okay. But again, like open wheel is so different than like a closed car or like rally or anything. So yeah. You know what? Kyle Larson, get in the car.
I'll be in the front row.
Yep. I will be the judge of your abilities. I will do that.
Yeah. Other like series drivers, Alex Palou was rumored to be coming to F1. I'm pretty sure he's denied it.
Yep, he did. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for sure.
For sure.
The Indy car driver that I want to see come to F1 is the one and only Pato O'Ward.
For sure.
In a very high second place, Colton Herta, because they both got cheated by the FIA. Anyway, Jamie.
I think if Teo was put in a seat too.
Yeah.
Put him in there. He did great in F2. Like, he was fantastic.
Yep. Although, okay, Williams-wise, we've already, like, Franco has already gone for Williams free practice. I want Jamie Chadwick to be in a free practice. You know? Just, like, she's got a killer Indy next campaign going on.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
And if I, like, hold on.
Exactly.
I thought she was a reserve driver, but she's attached to Williams Racing. So she like I just haven't. It doesn't say it in like her bio on Instagram that she's like reserve, but it doesn't have to because Slay.
She probably does like sim or like testing.
Yeah, something development driving or something. But I would love to see her.
Yeah,
in a
development driver.
One. But I hope this means that we should be getting to see Pato in free practice one because he's also
he is a reserve. Yeah, he is a reserve.
And he did free practice one last year. I want him to do it in Mexico again because it's his home crowd, and Indy doesn't go to Mexico. So yeah. And
I think I'd like to see like what's his name, Zach O'Sullivan. I don't think he's gone out on a practice yet, and he's Williams reserve or at least testing.
Yeah, he's in the development program. So yeah, there's been like today there was like a post from who knows, one of the news sites on Instagram that have to do with F1 where it's like Max Verstappen is for sure not going to Mercedes. And it's like they've been doing it all summer long, and it's like, be so for real. He was never in the first place. Like,
Toto wants him there, but the chances of him actually leaving, never happening.
And so, But speaking of Mercedes, Bono will not be going with Lewis to Ferrari. He'll be staying at Mercedes. He's actually getting promoted to like the head of
engineering.
Head of engineering. So,
I heard that like after Carlos leaves, Ricky is staying with Ferrari. So Ricky's going to become Lewis's engineer. So that's going to be interesting, I think.
I always wondered about that process where it's like if their race engineers like come with them, or if like, because I feel like at some point you're kind of like skirting, like obviously with like each new job you take old information like practices and stuff with you and use it to do your new job better. But I feel like in that sense it's kind of like there has to do something with like competing clauses or something, because you're going to the enemy. And I've always wondered about that, and it's probably something that I can like find the answer to with a little bit of research. But it's just like you make a connection to your race engineer, but if you're at a team for so long, of course that's going to happen. But then
I mean, the bottom line is like F1 is literally just based around money. So like, regardless, I think, it's conflict of interest for like if Bono was to go to Ferrari and be like, here's everything they did last year. He is all like what I did last year. Blah, blah, blah. Exactly. But like, he's getting paid hellas for it. So like, I mean, like, I don't blame him if he were to just be like, okay, I'm going to Ferrari. They're paying me more than Mercedes would have. Here's all of Mercedes' last year secrets. But I'm sure they have clauses or something against. I'm sure there's like NDAs that are very strictly enforced. So
but that's just like I guess for more like individual, like F1 is a pretty individual sport, but like when you're talking about like tennis or like soccer or like football, and you have like personal trainers that are like with specific athletes, of course they're going to follow the athlete to wherever the next team is that they go. But like F1, I guess it's like they can also follow, like, do you get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not putting it into the right words, but it's like it's more than just like if that were to happen, Lewis would have to take like his entire team with him to Ferrari, because like his pit crew has been with him for 10 plus years, whatever. Like Bono's been with him for that long. Like he's got a performance engineer, driver engineer. Like that's what I'm saying. So it's like with like something, like, it was just like one person. to go.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that like individuality is also based only on, like, it's not like, they're hired for like, okay, we're going to hire you until we fire you. Like they're all under contract. So it really all is just like a big like money game and just a matter of like just legal signing of papers. Cause it's all like, okay, like, you could be like a member of the pit crew, but I'm pretty sure they're also contracted as pit crews. Like, I mean, I don't know, like why, like realistically, I don't know why a person would like remain loyal to the team they came from if another team's offering them money. Like,
that's business.
Like, that's just business. And like, I feel like at some point they're like, okay, well, they probably like arrange their transfer before they start discussing next year's plans, or at least like keep like lower level employees, like maybe that are not like the engineers or like, whoever's developing strategy and stuff. They probably keep that very protected in terms of like maybe pit crews or like other like performance engineers or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's all like, there's definitely like some sort of process to it, because otherwise we'd have like Spygate 4, Spygate 5 already. So
yeah, in this case, I think it was, if Ferrari did offer Bono money, and it could be a chance that like Bono wasn't asked to come. And maybe like, maybe this is like, and we don't know. Maybe the conversation before Lewis even moved is like him talking to Bono and be like, would you want to come with me, or would you want to stay here? And whatever. Because it's like, I feel like if it was adamant that Lewis needed Bono or like wanted him no matter what, it would have been like worked into a contract, or it's like Lewis's contract or something. But so it's like, but then like we see now, like if Bono was even offered a Ferrari job, obviously Mercedes offered him more along with the promotion. And so,
yeah. And I mean, it's like also like with the whole, like if Ferrari personally asked like Bono to come, it's like, it's Lewis Hamilton. Like they're getting like the person on the grid with the most world championships, who's tied for the record for the most right now. So it's like, of course they'd want to probably, if he asked Bono to come with him, they'd probably give it to him. They'd write it into his, like, as a little amendment to his like contract or whatever. But the fact that he's not coming is making me think that he just wants nothing to do with Mercedes anymore, which is like sad because he's been with them for so long. But like
Lewis, not Bono.
I don't know. It's, yeah. I mean, but like also it's like, I feel like it's so hard to make the same connection with an engineer, because they have to know you pretty much in and out, and also know what you are going to listen to and what you're not going to listen to that they tell you to do, because it's like there's only so much they can control. They're not driving the car at the end of the day. So I feel like there has to be some level of like, okay, like we need to be close enough to where I understand, how your brain works. I understand your personality. I understand like all, like pretty much a good chunk about them. But like, I don't know. I just feel like if like people are saying like, this is Lewis's like retirement, the start to his retirement with like going to Ferrari and stuff. I just feel like if he's wanting to make another world championship happen before he quits, then I feel like he's just going to have to keep, like, I don't know. I just feel like he needs to have Bono because he has that connection already with them. And he doesn't have that with like Ricky or whoever they replace, Ricky with, or, whoever they give Lewis. So I feel like, I don't know, it's already such a big like wild card with him going to Ferrari, because it's like he did it because, Mercedes wasn't performing as well as they wanted. And now you look at it, Mercedes is like 3 times higher than Ferrari right now. And I can't imagine what he's thinking right now. He's like, did I make a mistake? Like, but I don't know. I'm interested to see how this whole like transfer happens, because who's going to be their number one driver? Because it's like they've prioritized Charles for so long, and now you're bringing in Lewis Hamilton, and now it's going to be, they're competing against each other. And now the whole team is like, okay, who do we pick to be our priority? Like, So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like Charles leaving Ferrari rumors, which would, if it happens, it'd be shocking, but like I wouldn't be surprised hearing them,
No, that man's on an indefinite contract. Like he's
Yeah. He sold his soul,
nothing's
unfortunately.
happening. I don't think anybody will ever start a rumor about that, because that would be like put them into a mental asylum.
But for real, like I think if Charles was to move, like at any point in the next like 5 years, I think it would be like Lewis moving to Ferrari all over again. Like it would be total pandemonium, if not twice as much. Because like, could you imagine him really anywhere else except in red?
He's literally il predestinado or whatever it is.
Ill presentation, like
that's him.
And even with like Max, like I don't see him in any other color. Like he'll always be like a Red Bull driver, I feel like. And I doubt he'll move anytime soon. But yeah.
And this goes, like, this is separate. And you saying like that made me think of this. But it was just announced today. For those of you who are like the sim racers or that follow F1 esports, Jarno Opmeer, who has won championships with Mercedes on like their esports team, has, shocker, moved to Red Bull.
Oh,
wild. Red Bull, I think.
I don't watch sim racing that much, but
so that's like sim racing, and I've watched some of it because of my brother. Like my brother, we're in my brother and I are in a Discord server together. Shout out to the consumer bird. We're in a Discord server together, and you can put like little roles. And my role, of course, like I have like a McLaren, the little McLaren tag next to mine, but my brother has Mercedes. And my brother is not, like, he thinks Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT, but my brother's not a Mercedes fan. Like, we talk about McLaren more often than not. And so I called him out. I was like, what are you doing? And then I realized, wait, it's probably for Jarno and for Jarno being at Mercedes. But now Jarno's not at Mercedes, so he's at Red Bull. That's the extent that I know. But it's shocking to me because I'm pretty sure, like, my brother and I had already talked about Jarno going to Red Bull a long time ago before this announcement was made. So I like literally texted today. I was like, then was it just speculation? And I just like believed it. Like that's the only thing people were saying. So I believed it enough. Yeah. And so that's that front. That's like silly season on like another kind of deal. Like all of the major
silly season is just everywhere.
It's the grid. All of the grid each has their own.
Look at like Formula 2 and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I've been super into Formula 2 recently. To me. But yeah, that's been kind of my hyperfixation over break. I was like, okay, let me get more into this because I mean, if you think about it, the feeder series are just as important as like F1 itself, because it's like these guys you're going to see them in the next 5 years on this grid or like on a wet grid or, really anywhere. But yeah, what's happening there? Well, obviously Kimi is probably leaving for Mercedes. Yeah, like at this point, I'm like,
no, I don't think my feelings about that will ever change.
Oh, no, they'll never change. But I mean, like, what can we do? But, like, it's going to happen regardless. Like, he's going to Mercedes, like, within the next, like, 3 months. If not next month, they announce his seat. Which sucks because even he said he didn't want it.
Yeah, I want him to straight up tell them no. But then it's like, if you were presented with the opportunity, would you turn down an F1 seat?
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. And, like, I don't blame him because it's like, he's like, what, 16, 17 now?
Yeah.
Like, that's insanely young. And he's driving with a close friend now that Ollie's on the grid. And, like, I don't know. I just feel for him because, like, he's put in such a difficult position already because it's, like, a Mercedes seat. Like, cue the Angel Choirs. Like, come on, it's a Mercedes seat. And, like, getting it at 17, skipping a whole Formula series for it, and like probably being offered like a good chunk of money for taking said seat is like, I mean, I wouldn't turn that down,
Yeah.
like even if I stopped. But yeah, I just don't want him to like,
Yeah.
you know, like get pressurized by it, because there's only so much like a kid that age can take, you know? And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel for him. But yeah, with him leaving, it's like, okay, we've got now the entirety of Prema's F3 team. Who are they moving up? Probably Arvid, Dino. Justice for Dino, bro.
It's not one of them's
This
gonna
kid
have
has been
to,
driving
like,
F3 for like 3 years. I feel like 3 or 4
one of
years
them's
now.
gonna have to be let go or stay in F3 again.
Yeah, someone's
And
gonna have to go.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
he's been in
and
there long enough. I feel like it's gonna be Dino.
Mhm.
Either Dino stays in F3 for another season, or they ship him off somewhere else.
which sucks because like he is like the poster boy, I feel like, for Prema at this point.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
mean, I feel like Arvid would be like poster boy.
yeah, I guess Arvid is pretty poster boy material, but like
Gabriele would be on the posters because he's Italian.
right.
But like Arvid, considering he swept wherever, like he won both the races. He's like
Yeah. Even
showing
multiple
out.
sweeps.
I think that he's like, yeah, he's on the poster. Like he's the front of the poster for Prema. Yeah, but Dino, like Dino should Dino should move up, considering he's 20.
Which,
But I don't think
the entire group chat finding out the other day that he's 20. I'm like, hello? Like, y'all didn't know he was 20?
Yeah. And so
I was just as shocked when I found out too. But yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So
the same age.
Yeah. Not me though.
Not you though.
Not me though. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like there's definitely there's more that we haven't unpacked that I feel like we'll remember later.
Well, Nicholas Solov's back.
Nicholas Solov
suspension is over.
Slay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bomboclat win incoming. I'm telling you right now. It's happening.
Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think.
Well,
I had
in
something in
terms
my
of
head.
personal life,
Forgot.
I have a Venus flytrap. If you didn't know, his name is Skull Crusher 3000. He hasn't eaten since I got him, and today I gave him a dead fly that I found in my apartment. Yep, and I was like, "Damn, he's not eating," because his jaws were still open, but this fly is still sitting there. And so my roommate was like, she had a little Apple Pencil and she was sitting by it, and so she's like tickling the little hairs on it, and it snaps shut. And it finally starts eating the fly. So I'm like, bless, he's living. We thought he died because the mouth just was not shutting, and he's like lost a couple arms, but he's alive. And he's hopefully going to finish that fly tonight. He probably hasn't eaten in a minute, but yeah. He lives.
You're in a new apartment too. New background.
This is my apartment. It's kind of empty right now. Like, that's my bathroom.
MTV Cribs for another day.
Why is my laptop not charging?
I'm still in my same room at my grandparents' house. Just added a Bucky's pillow on the side of my bed. The baskets that were up here were gone because they got put away while I was in London. So yeah, not much going on. But the background will change again soon because I will be moving again after this month. I feel like Avani's laptop died. So we'll just keep going. Updates to Radio Check. Avani and I now share a calendar. So we blocked out our recording time today. Avani has my work on her calendar, on this calendar that we share, and I have her class schedule. So that way we can know. And I haven't put the editing time on there yet because I've been procrastinating to do it because Avani's supposed to be keeping me accountable, and I don't want to be made accountable. But it needs to happen because editing can only go so far. If there's anybody out there who wants to edit just like for practice, I do lazy girl editing. So you can just like cut, move, cut again, move, for as long as you need to.
It like put me back in it. So I was seeing you talk about editing.
Yeah.
I don't think you saw me. Another thing, Cass has set up a automated message system that texts me before all of my classes.
Yeah.
And it's a cute little message. And I almost started crying in the middle of my anatomy lecture because it was so sweet. I was like, what the fuck?
So yeah, I have Avani's full class schedule, and yeah, I can totally do a tutorial for anybody who wants to know how to do automations. But yeah, I have one set for every class that she has. Not hard.
It's so impressive because it's like, yeah.
This goes out to the girls, the guys. Yeah, the girls, the guys, and the gays. If they wanted to, they would.
They would.
Really, like, never let anybody tell you that they can't send you a good morning text because like, they don't wake up that early. You can literally automate them.
You automate it.
Nobody, like, they don't even have to know. You don't have to know. Like, they don't have to know that you automated the text message.
Exactly. I mean, at least you're punctual with it. 8 a.m. every morning.
You can expect it every
message sent.
And so, yeah, I have all of these.
Without failure. I set some up also now. So, yes. Yeah.
I have
one that says, like, have a good day at work, honey. I have one set up for Cass. I set up one for Bella. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, it was supposed to send Bella's last night at 4 a.m. because I had to set it to my time so it would, show up on her time, whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot to change the setting where it was like notify before run or like run it immediately. So I wake up this morning, I'm like, oh, did she respond to my message? And it's like, should I send message to Bella? And I was like, dude, what do you mean? Should I send it? I told you to send it.
Yeah. Mine didn't send because my phone died. It's been a little rough lately. That's okay.
Real. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hopefully by the next episode, I'll have more decorations put up. My walls are so empty, but I've got 2 giant posters. I'm waiting to print some F1 posters on them, slap them up behind my bed.
Slay.
Yep. I've got 2. You can't even see them, but I've got an RB19 over there, which is my prime joy, and a Ferrari. Yeah. I don't know what year it is.
I think it was the SF18.
Something like that. Right. I mean, it's got Carlos in it, so
yeah.
Whenever he was at Ferrari, he's in there.
So we can do this weekend. We'll just do our preview real quick.
Yep.
There's not much else going on. Like I said earlier,
yep.
there was so scattered everywhere, so many different things happening. There's probably
so much happened. Yeah.
It'll come back.
Yeah, we forgot the Red Bull guy leaving. The whatever he was, I can't remember. But yeah, if there's anything we missed, you should totally comment, and then we'll respond to you about our personal, unfiltered opinions about it. If you want that, of course. We can.
The feeder series conversation can be continued. So.
Yeah. Yep. Fun stuff. I'm excited for this weekend. I'm like, thank I have something to do.
We're in Zandvoort. Max Verstappen home race. We'll see a lot of orange. I think.
Yep.
The orange car.
One for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. The orange car will be good. I think McLaren will be good. You know, we have like a four-way battle for the front. So Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari. Can't count them out. I give up on podium predictions.
Yeah.
Don't really know.
Yeah, there's just no predicting anymore.
I think Oscar can pull it out and be able to put it on.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, if you don't know what Zandvoort looks like, Zandvoort is a banked track, meaning so like it's kind of bowl shaped a little on some of its turns. So lots of free momentum there. So just open it up on a curve and, you know, but yeah, those can definitely be advantageous, I think, in terms of picking up more downforce, just picking up more speed in general. So any car that is good on the turns, is good on braking, is good on aerodynamics in general. Zandvoort's good. It's a good one.
Feeder series wise, we have F1 Academy this weekend. So that'll be fun. They have their they set 2 laps that get recorded. And so that's how they have 2, like that constitutes 2 qualifyings. They have 1 race on Saturday and then 1 race on Sunday. 2 races. And so the 2 laps that they set in qualifying that they set as their qualifying laps determine those. But yeah, we can get more to that later. And so we've got we have our wild card entry. That's something we can explain more about later. But yeah, it'll be good. Little filler for the F1 that's going on.
Yep. We don't get F2 until the end of August, unfortunately.
Nope. And our next F3 race is our last one. And that, both of those, the next F2 and F3 race are in Monza. So.
Yep. And they're both title fights. So we get our champion for F3 and we get another step closer to F2. So, Yep. I'm excited. When does IndyCar come back? After Bomberino.
Weekend. The next race is in Nashville.
Right.
Yeah. NASCAR is back this weekend, I think. So yeah.
Yep. Exciting stuff. Just have your F1 notifications on because something's bound to happen at this point. Like either we're getting Taylor Swift reputation or we're getting some crazy driver announcement for one of the 4 remaining seats on the grid. So who knows what we're going to get. Keep Twitter ready.
Yeah. So
have all your accounts followed.
Yeah. That's we really, one of these days we'll nail down an ending. I kind of like our ending that's a little pieced together right now, but that's kind of all we have. That's all we have for today. You guys know where to find us. If you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. We are so glad to have you here. You can find us on Instagram at Radio Check with 2 R's, an underscore in the middle, and 2 K's at the end.
There we go. Yep.
Our link tree's there. Feel free to listen back to any of our old episodes and get caught up. We're not super far into this that you have so many to catch up on. So now's a good time to do it. But if you I've got to figure out Apple Podcasts because something has happened with our Apple Podcasts and I don't know what. But for now, Spotify, you can heart us, click the notification bell. It'll let you know when we'll be notified. You can watch us video-wise on Spotify, so you can just see us, our faces, and see our little visuals.
Don't do that while you're driving.
Sometimes. No, not while you're driving.
But
you can just
feel free to
audio.
Comment on anywhere, really.
Yeah. Comment. Follow us
and
on socials.
Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to hear so we have ideas.
Yes. We'll always have a race preview and a recap. But our next break is after Singapore and it's another month. So we're gonna need things to do. But we're
gonna need things
to do. Good things coming. We're in the second half of the season. We're good to go.
And this is where silly season just gets sillier. So
yes. Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. I mean, the grid will be sold eventually by, at some point.
By
so
February of next
we'll
year.
Yeah, by February we'll have our grid. So comment who you think is going to be on the grid, and I will rate your guesses. And I'll probably come back in about 6 months and be like, "Ha, you were wrong," or I'll give you a gold star or something. But do that, and
we will see.
What are your final words, Max?
I was going to say that we'll see them in the next one. That's it.
Yep. My final words are: make sure you take care of your Venus flytraps.
That's a good one.
Especially if you live in the Midwest, because they don't thrive in the Midwest. So, figure that out before you buy one, because I don't know how to take care of mine. Leave me suggestions on how to take care of my Venus flytrap, please. I don't want him to die.
Oh, well. That is all for Radio Check. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Oh my god, guys. I love you so much.